This game is not suitable for children or the easily disturbed. It includes depiction of horror elements, human animal violence and death, abuse, abusive relationships, disturbing images, loud noises, flashing images, lights, and more. Individuals suffering from anxiety, depression, or certain fears, phobias may not have a safe experience playing this game. For a full list of content trigger warnings, go to About section in the game's main menu. Please take care of yourself. I will. Thank you. You too. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, friends. This is Ginchan back at it again with more indie gaming content. This time, we're gonna play Do Not Take This Cat Home by Pixel Liminal. And let's just jump right into it. Looks like it's actually a visual novel. Let's go ahead and try, see if it's any good. It's a lot of visual novels that are great. See if this is one of the greats. Hope most likely it is. You're not having a great day as usual. How did you know? Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out, but in the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. Typical, but maybe this is just a sign that you should have stayed at home today. I literally just walked earlier, did my daily walk, and then it was raining. I mean, just a drizzle. Faux shizzle. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow, right? You turn to head home when... Huh? What was that? There are only a few people around on the street. Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. Well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The ground dampened by the rain makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. Okay, there's the cat noise. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the cold, dim light of the alley. By the way, the cat noise kind of sounds weird. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, there's a cat. It's a cat. Oh my god, look at the eyes. Huh, guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. I don't care if it's a demon, I'm still gonna take it. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. By the way, just funny story, because I have one stray cat initially. Well, the first time I had one stray cat that I got from like my previous apartment. And then I got another stray cat that we just found outside our house, our apartment. This new apartment that we have. Just kidding still. And then just recently, about like a few days ago, while I was doing my daily walks, I reached a flyover here, and then there's a cat that kitten actually that went straight to me running and then meowing, and then I was like, oh, looks like I got another cat to bring home. I just like cats, what can I say? Skibbity, so cute, and it definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion in one way or another about cats before, but if they're all like this one, it's a shock they haven't already found a way to rule the world. You don't think you'd mind bowing down to a feline overlord? Yeah, I don't mind. As long as like I can still live with my within my means what I want, right? Cause I should be okay with a feline overlord. You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyway? Would they just jump out and leave the box eventually? Definitely. The cat doesn't answer you. The cat, obviously, it also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you, as if waiting for you to make the next move. Take the cat home! It's not even an option to not take the cat home. You know what? You reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it out in front of you. Oh my god, I can't even read. Why not? You're all alone and well. I'm kind of in the same boat myself. So you bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. It's purring. You think a little while will probably be more like a day. You'll be responsible to take it to shelter tomorrow. But for now, let's get you out of the rain, okay? No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna keep the pet. We're gonna keep the cat. You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. One bedroom and one bathroom, one you living alone in it. Yeah, perfect. Now you're not alone. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long, even if it's just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making the both of you some dinner. You take out the can of cat food and open it with a tab on top. There you go. You put some cat food in saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. What? Oh my god. This sucks. I mean, I agree. Like, as a cat owner, there's like, I have a cat here that actually is also picky. Not hungry, I guess. You try not to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent your hard-earned cash on it. Of course it doesn't. It's just a cat after all. Even kids don't realize that. Even if you tell them outright. I'll just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough of a thanks for you. It follows you into the kitchen as you start on your own dinner. You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Bread toasted, mayo and mustard spread, turkey and cheese, and lettuce perfectly placed. Tomato sliced. Oh! You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Stupid. You feel a little embarrassed for such a blunder and sigh, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops up onto the counter. It sniffs at the knife and meows almost pointedly at you. Don't worry, I'm alright. It was just an... You watch as the cat starts to lick lightly but enthusiastically at the blood on the knife. Of course, this is gonna turn into something, a vampire. I don't know, at your blood. You're so shocked that by the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely licked clean. So this cat wants blood, I guess. The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators, but that was a little weird, right? Sure, you're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do. As a cat owner of multiple cats, yeah, that is weird. But also, if that's the case, I'm still gonna feed it with my blood or whatever they want, right? Still a cat. I still like it. Right? Well, regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's still raining outside. Not after all your efforts. Yeah, sure. You're going to take it to the shelter tomorrow anyway. What's one night of awkwardness? I'm not even gonna like... Yeah, we're not gonna bring it to the shelter. Weird or not, it's just a cat. The rest of the evening unfortunately goes downhill from there. Even after covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound. While you're eating your sandwich, while you're cleaning up the kitchen, while you're trying to watch TV, you gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at its strange behavior. What if it got a taste for blood and takes your food now? You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. Keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner, untouched. Come on, enough already. You shove it away a little more forcefully, this time out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner and into the hall. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite of you in your sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have many other options left other than tossing the cat out in the rain. After finding the number of a local vet, you pick up your landline and lights out. Lights just went out? Okay, well, if this happens to me, okay. I love cats, but if it gets to this point, great, just great. Rain must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find out it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving out earlier. Oh my god, how convenient or inconvenient. The outing had been so spur of the moment that it had no doubt messed with your usual routine. You grab a flashlight and turn it on. It's quiet. It's too quiet. Did the rain stop? But then, why did the power go out? You look outside. The sky is pitch black. What time is it? Turn to check the clock. Oh, there's the cat. The cat sits on top of your digital clock, staring at you. Thinking now, you realize the clock shouldn't be working at all with the power outage, but the numbers are lit up. Wait, why is your clock like... It doesn't have batteries? Like, what kind of clock is that? Even wall clocks have batteries on it. And that kind of clock for sure shouldn't be like a plug-in kind of clock. and going completely haywire. The cat stares at you. It's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving it off any indication that it's still alive. It's alive. It's not blinking. It's not even breathing. But its eyes. This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. Consider tossing the cat out after all. But as soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Those eyes, its eyes hold you still. Even with your flashlight trained on it, its pupils are large, round, inky pits. Oh, it's saying kill. The flashlight flickers. It's 12. Nah, just kidding. The cat is gone. Doesn't matter if it's 12. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence, punctuated with the rapid pumping of your blood in your heart, is overwritten as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How's the clock working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters at the moment, because it should be running in batteries, not plugged in. What kind of clock is that? But you feel as if having the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. That order will be restored. No answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feels as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in response, like a predator prepared to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. Let me do auto. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever is watching you, you can already feel its impatience. This cat. It's too eager. I don't know how you know this. You can just feel it. But you can sense it as clearly as if it had whispered. Fire! Okay, it definitely whispered on my headset. Right into your ear. Yes. Right into your soul. I don't know why I did that. It won't let you wait it out now that you could, even if it did. Not that you could, even if it did. You can't stay here. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awakens within you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, terror, of action. Huh. But you're still weak from the fierce grip on your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in your haste, and you fall to the ground. Fire! Wimp. Oh god, I got cut again. A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. Oh my god, I'm so... Fire! Cat is coming for my foot. At first you think you've broken your ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down the length of your foot, pulling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles after skidding. I was about to say skibbity, oh my god, across the floor as if it had been kicked. Brain rot. Winded from your fall, you look up in daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming in from outside. The knife. The light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what in regards to your inexplicably open door screech to a halt as your brain finally identifies the metallic object you've been staring at. Fire! A knife. Huh? It's your kitchen knife. And still tinted red from your earlier blunder? That's not right. Wasn't it completely licked clean by the... You got stabbed, dude. You got stabbed. You gulped dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor to be stepped on. It's the cat, dude. It's the cat. Instead of resting on your cutting board in the kitchen where you'd left it. Oh my god. When you spy something in the darkness just beyond the knife. It's an owl! It spies right back at you. A pair of glowing golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. This is creepy for sure. It's gonna happen to me. It pads lightly over to the knife as if skipping in delight. I mean, yeah, again, as I've said earlier, I'm gonna kill the cat if it gets down to this, and bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. Your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The knife is right in front of you. You can just like get that and stab the cat. Sound of your shaky breaths discordant against the static now piercing your skull. The dryness in your tongue spreading to your throat. Are you thirsty? The incomprehensible sight of the stray you'd taken in. Licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from a fresh wound on your foot. You're gonna lick your foot next. Blood? Golden eyes slide up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if it's just considering the act of pouncing forward. Okay, the cat is gone. But you're already on your feet and out the door. Dude, just run. Either kill the cat or run. You run, or rather limp, down the empty street. The sky is black and bleeding red. Oh my god. It's like... Is this a demon? But there's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. I literally said in the beginning that I will still keep it even if it's a demon. The houses, the trees, the road, even you. Everything. Except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints in your injured foot leaves in your wake with every impact it makes with the ground. With leaving footsteps. It hurts. But you can't stop. You don't stop. You shouldn't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Are there multiple cats? Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Thank God the cat is behind you. Even then, you don't stop running. Because... if that's the cat right there ahead of you, then... what in the world is behind you? It's still the cat. Like, look behind you. I'm just gonna keep running, dude. I'm not even gonna look behind. Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. Ending 0. It begins. Wait, beat the game? What? You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you're actually glad you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe you're lucky. Your luck is finally starting to turn around. Is this like a new start or what? I don't know what's happening. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. So first run that we did, or the first game, it was raining. This time around, it's not raining. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. It's the same cat that fucking killed us. Huh, guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat, it's pretty yellow eyes. Okay. Huh? You look so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look, after all. This one sure is a cutie, though. I mean... this cat killed us! Just look, it's not glaring at you or hissing at you or forgetting this close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. Well... since we know what happened last time, we should not take the cat home. But... it's a different day. It's not raining. There's no missing person kind of issue that we mentioned. So most probably this is a different timeline where this cat is a good cat, not a demon or something like that. So let's try it one more time. We're silent, both of us. Meowed at me. Well, why not? Right? Meow. There you go. You barely reach out your arms before the cat eagerly leaps into them and climbs up onto your shoulders. Okay, it looks like this cat is different this time. It butts its head into your temple, nuzzling against it. I just really don't learn my lesson, I guess, when it comes to cats. You can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. Let's get you out of here, yeah? On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food. You don't need cat food. You just need to slice up your gut so the cat can. But that would be a waste of time. Huh? You sure got the odd feeling and move on. So I have like memories from the past or some shit like that. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. When you living alone in it. Same shit. So it feels weird having another living again. Same one. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore the new environment. What's this like heavy breathing? But it simply sits and looks up to you expectantly. Do something with the cat, of course. Like what? Pet the cat. It's not every day you have access to a cute, fluffy animal. What else is there to do but pet it to your heart's content? You sit on the floor in your living room and click your tongue to call the cat over. Cat dashes over to you, immediately climbing into your lap. Poor thing, you just want some attention, don't you? Alright. You carefully pet the cat, a rub behind the ear, a scratch under the chin, a smooth sweep along the back. Ha, good. You keep patting the cat in your lap, enjoying this bonding time together. But the cat starts to get restless after a while. Do something else, I guess. I play with the cat. Poor thing was probably bored stiff sitting in that old box all day. I'm not gonna feed the cat yet just because I know it wants blood. Just watching crowds of people walking by them, ignoring them. You can't just leave them alone as soon as you're home. A little interspecies socializing won't kill you, right? Ah, you just want some attention, don't you? You wanna play, huh? Okay then, what to play though? Hide and seek. What about hide and seek? You're not quite sure how this is going to work. Can a cat even understand the concept of game? Can a cat even, let alone one with rules like hide and seek? Here, just... You pick up the cat and turn them away from you or before hiding behind the armchair. You're almost certain that the cat must have turned and looked while you were hiding, out of confusion at least, if nothing else. Meow? Regardless, a few moments later, the cat cautiously peeks around the armchair at you, eyes curious. You smile and scoop it up, holding it in front of you. You found me, you win! The cat looks confused but pleased at your praise. This time you put it on the armchair so it can't see your hiding spot as easily. You dash over to the kitchen, hiding behind the counter. Takes a little longer this time for the cat to find you. This time when it does, it startles you by hopping down into your lap from the countertop above. Whoa! Found me again! Okay, you win. You reward it with little scratches behind the ear and under the chin when it leans into your touch. Okay, why don't you give it a try? You go stand in the middle of the living room, the cat following you. You make a show of covering our eyes and turning around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! You gonna kill me? You turn around and see that the cat is gone. You sure catch on quick. There aren't that many places available in your apartment for someone your size to hide, but without the opposable thumbs needed to open the closed doors in the hall, the cat will have its limits too. Fair game. Okay, now where to look? Let's start with the living room. You look behind the couch and the armchair. Then under the coffee table. The music is kinda like it's happening. I still am like curious about the heavy breathing, by the way. Nothing. The living room is pretty sparse when it comes to furniture after all. Kitchen? You peek around the corner. Oh, don't tell me you got the knife. Grab a chair and check on top of the fridge. You even open the cupboards along the floor just in case the cat managed to squeeze inside. Nothing. You decide that's for the best. The kitchen is for making food, not playing games. You peek around the corner into the hall. Nothing. You're not sure what you're expecting. With all the doors closed, there's nowhere in the hall for the cat to hide. You can't find the cat anywhere. You start to get a little worried when you hear a soft sound coming from the hall. You head to the hall and listen again. Scratches. That sounded like it was coming from your bedroom, but you walk down to the hallway to your room and gingerly opened it. What the heck does gingerly mean? Gingerly open the door. Ah! The cat trots out and runs around your legs and meowing incessantly. It looks disappointed somehow? Perhaps in your apparently subpar seeking skills. But you lift the cat into your arms and look at your bedroom. How did you get in my room? You know the door was closed, right? The cat wiggles out of your hold and runs out of the hall. Follow to see it sitting in the middle of the living room. Upon seeing you, the cat promptly turns around. Guess it wants to take its turn seeking. You're about to indulge it by hiding around the corner counter again when... Oh my god, it's happening again. Lights... Did the power go out? Darn it. As you wait for your eyes to adjust to the darkness, you notice that the cat hasn't moved an inch. Was it scared? Hey, are you... Gonna kill it. What? For some reason, your heart starts beating faster. You consider going over to the cat, but when you do, what is with the static? Oh, the eyes are showing. The thought makes you feel. You feel like your life is in danger. You need to hide now. Oh my god, there's a countdown. Get out of the apartment, dude. You're halfway from the door when... Oh god. Look at the door and see several more locks over it than you know you have. You peek over at the cat. It's not looking at you, but you feel a wave of disappointment practically pouring from it into you. It feels almost like a warning. You back away from the door and the feeling slowly subsides, letting you breathe again. There's no getting out. You need to hide. Oh shit. Hide in your bedroom. You quietly rush in the bedroom, carefully closing the door behind you. The timer is still there. The only place to hide in your bedroom is your closet. There's another hiding spot. Okay, you know what? Let's hide in the closet. Lock the door as quietly as you can before lunging into the closet and sliding the door shut. As soon as you've secured yourself inside the closet, there's a sudden shift throughout the entire apartment. As if something can sense that you're as ready as you'll ever be. As if it can sense that you're ready to be hunted. A horrible chill runs down your spine as you realize that's what his game has become. This isn't a simple game of hide and seek anymore. This is being hunted by a predator as prey. It never really mattered where you chose to hide, did it? As if in answer to your question, you hear a loud slam on the bedroom door. You just manage to hold back from making a startled noise at the sound. Your heart rate kicks up again, making it feel hard to breathe quietly. Hard to breathe in general. God. Tears fill your eyes as you cover your panting mouth with your shaking hands. It knows. It knows. It smells you, actually. Crying with your hands over your mouth, trying to smother the choke sounds leaking out of you. Slide down the wall at the back of your closet to heap on the floor. Oh god, this is so scary. Crashed what exactly? You flinch harshly at the sound of the door being ripped off its hinges, followed by a loud crash against the wall on the other side of the room, like the door had been blown away. The silence that follows is almost too much to bear. You can't. Oh god, why did I sob? A single sob escapes through your nose. You squeeze your eyes shut in defeat at how loud it sounds in the quiet of the room. Not much point in hiding it anymore anyway, is there? Instinctively put whatever energy you have left into listening for footsteps, even as you emotionally shut down. But you hear nothing. Nothing. Because it's like right outside the fucking closet, trying to be sneaky. Nothing. Then something slides open the closet door. You've curled in on yourself, knees up, back curved forward, head down, mouth covered, eyes shut tight, so tight it hurts. Don't want to look. Don't want to look. That's what it's waiting for. It won't end you without this final act of cruelty, making you look at it before it takes your life. So cruel. You just want this to be over. So you open your eyes. Oh my. Looking right back at you. You see something glaring glaring it at you from the darkness behind the closet door. It looks disappointed. The moment before you draw your last breath, you almost consider apologizing for being such unworthy prey. Guess your hiding skills were just as subpar as your seeking skills. Ending 13, disappointing prey. So there's multiple endings, obviously, because I got ending 0, then this time I got ending 13. But let's see if there's a different content this time if I go in. It's still the morning. Let's do one more, right? Let's do one more. Third time's the charm, right? I'm gonna... For the third ending, I'm not gonna take the cat home. Sadly, as cute as cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. Wait, are you not a responsible adult? Get a cat, like adopt a cat, just a stray cat? What the fuck do you mean? I already got 3! Are you telling me that I'm not a responsible adult? You are, with random bills to pay for. Not to mention you need to buy food to survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. What to do? Just a question mark. Let's go with that. You're not ready. Well, I'm gonna leave the cat. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hopes up of having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit? What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? You'd never get away from it. Sorry, see you around, I guess. You stand up, the cat watching your every move. You make it halfway out of the alley when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. I'm not gonna get you. You already killed me twice. Meow, meow, meow. Ignore. Unfortunately. Nope. You need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. It's what's best for the both of you. Well, for me, that is, not the cat. Hope it doesn't go to my house or apartment. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all the excitement of dealing with your free dilemma, you'd forgotten that you still hadn't decided on what you were going to do on your day off. Go to a dog park. Let's go for a dog. Let's go for a dog instead. Maybe we can find like a stray dog there. I decided to take a stroll in the park or something. The only one within walking distance is a nearby dog park. You think it'll make you feel better. First you get to see a cute cat today, now you'll get to see a cute dog. Several of them, in fact. The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions, playing frisbee, fetch, running, jumping, even napping. Such cuties. Whatever. Like, you'd want anything to do with these mangy mutts. What's wrong? You didn't think that? You decide to move on. The dogs are also adorable. You want to pet every single one you come across. But you know not all owners are cool with strangers just walking up and manhandling their pets. Not all dogs appreciate it either. So you stroll around the path, trying to exude a welcoming aura that will beckon one of these cute doggies to you. You don't have to wait very long. It's a dog. You stop as the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen scampers up to you, blocking your path. Kill the puppy! Kick the puppy! Eat the puppy! Pick up the puppy. I mean, we're not gonna kill the puppy. We're just gonna pick it up. You pick up the puppy and drop it. Terrified, you drop the puppy to the ground, practically throwing it from you. You immediately feel horrible, winching in guilt at the tiny yelp it releases upon hitting the ground. That was scary, though! The owner shoves you aside with a cutting glare and storms away with their puppy. I'm sorry, you call out, but they don't turn back or respond. Not that you expected them to. You deserve it. You're not feeling so great about being at the park at the moment. Maybe you should leave? Yeah, I should leave the park, I'd say. That's scary. Oh my god, the cat is looking. Good. Should go home now. I should go to the dog park again. Well, maybe I should watch a movie. Yeah. It's been a while since a film came out that looked interesting enough for you to drag yourself to a movie theater, but there's a showing of one such film at the old theater. The movie was a little too niche to be picked up by the new cinema that opened right across the street. That's okay though. You're not exactly a fan of the crowds, and nothing ruins the experience of watching a new movie for you more than noisy audience. Go to the old theater. Well, yeah, old theater. You eagerly buy your ticket from the kind old man in the booth at the headed side. It's barren of any trace of other people, and the decor looks like it hasn't changed since the 80s, maybe even the 70s. But it's what you were counting on. You considered buying some popcorn, but can't help but be concerned that everything at the concession stand might be expired. You move on and walk through the halls, finally locating the theater designated on your ticket stub. As expected, the theater your movie will be playing in is completely empty. Perfect. You pick a spot and right in the middle, even counting the seats and taking into consideration the gaps of the staircase. As you settle in, the dim lights fade away, leaving the room pitch black for a few seconds, and the goddamn cat will show up. Okay, it didn't. Before the screen flickers on. No commercials or trailers pop up, the movie just begins. I would love to have an old theater near our place. Please, you shrug and let yourself get immersed in the opening scene. But just as you're getting into the premise, the doors open behind you momentarily, casting light into the room and ruining the atmosphere. You hold in a frustrated sigh. That's the cat. It's a public establishment after all. The place can't exactly afford to stay open if you're the only customer. You try to focus on the movie, but you sense the new presence slowly shifting around the theater before heading in your general direction. What? You gape in utter disbelief as the stranger shuffles down the aisle, only to sit right in front of you. There's no one else here and plenty of places to sit. The stranger's also unusually tall. Even with the stadium-like arrangement of the seats being on a somewhat steep incline, they're completely blocking your view. I'll move to another spot, I'd say. You don't want to risk escalating the situation further. This whole thing is already making you uneasy. Why would they choose to sit right in front of you? Surely they know you wouldn't be able to see past them. Shaking your head with a passive-aggressive scoff in the stranger's direction, you reluctantly pick another less perfect seat in the theater. But as you settle down, you see the stranger person get up, only to once again sit down in the seat directly in front of you. Oh my god. Fire! You look around somewhat helplessly as if waiting for someone to soundly agree with you about how odd all of this is, or to at least inform you that it's an elaborate prank. But there's no one else here with you. That's how you've always liked it, but you can't help but think that maybe it would be nice to have someone else here if it meant not being alone with this weird jerk. Let's talk to the person. You hate confrontation. You can already feel your palms starting to sweat at the idea of it. Your throat's closing up and your body's starting to shake. You've always been more of a flighter than a fighter. But you paid for the ticket. You've wanted to watch this movie for ages, and now this total stranger has ruined the entire experience for you. You're all alone in this theater. I'm pretty sure this is like a cat or something. Someone who will help you if something goes wrong. But you're angry enough that you ignore the signs of your body begging you to put as much distance as you can between yourself and the stranger. You stand up, even standing and higher up on the incline. The stranger is still at least a head taller than you. The movie continues to play in the background, but you feel as if a hush immediately falls heavily over the theater at your movement, as if you can sense a stranger anticipating what you plan to do next. You square your shoulders and force a little bass into your voice. Hey! I mean, you don't need to do that. Like, you can first talk to them, right? You can do that. You don't need to be aggressive right away. Even though if they're doing it on purpose, at the very least confirm it from them. Right? And then from there you can talk it out. The effort makes your words come out more harshly than you intended, like a sudden and vicious bark. But you figure they deserve it anyway. You're being a real jerk, you know that? Just what are you playing at, huh? Are you trying to piss me off? The silence that follows your words is deafening. So much so that you glance at the screen only to find that the movie has pause. Your attention is ripped back to the stranger in front of you as they shift slightly. like a small animal trying desperately to anticipate the moves of a predator. You don't move an inch. You don't look away. You don't dare to blink. Instead, your eyes widen as a person's head turn, then turn some more. Oh my god, then turns more beyond what should be possible. Neck bones cracking to face you directly. Oh god. You can't move. Wide glowing eyes resting above a wider grinning mouth gaze down at you. The stranger opens their mouth and what comes out is something impossible to comprehend. Definitely the cat. The voice is endlessly deep and creaks like a weighty door, foreboding and oddly melodic. Alluring, but it also snaps you out of your terrified trance, and before you know it, you're already out of the door. You run through the halls of the empty theater, heading for the exit. You feel something watching for you from behind, but you're too afraid to look. The exit is now in sight. You sprint forward and burst through the doors. You look around frantically and spot the crowded cinema across the street. People, that's what you need. Safety in numbers and all that. Without thinking, you rush into the street when a sinking sensation crawls down your spine, compelling you to look behind you. Go to the new cinema. Refusing to even risk a peek over your shoulder, you rush across the street to the new cinema theater. You don't realize that it felt like you've been surrounded by some kind of dreadful pressure. Until it very suddenly vanishes, leaving you feeling more than a little shaken. But at least breathing comes easier. Okay, yeah. I mean, we have people around now, so it should be good. I hope. You think it's within your best interest to repress everything that just happened. Yeah, deciding to wait for the movie you've been anticipating to be available on DVD or streaming, you join the long line outside the new cinema. By the time you reach a ticket booth, you just wanted to get inside. You pick a movie at random, take your ticket from the tired-looking teenager manning the booth. The decor is chic and sleek, and inside is bustling with people. It's not what you're usually into, but it's kind of nice not being alone, even if you feel a little lonely watching families and groups of friends laughing among themselves. You got some popcorn, but the lines at the concession stands are long and the prices are criminal anyway. You go through the halls and follow the signs to the theater designated on your ticket before heading inside. Beside the side of the absolutely crowded theater, you head towards the seat only to be told by the person next to it that it's being saved for someone. This happens a few more times before you finally manage to get yourself settled into a seat annoyingly off-center to the screen. But the screen is at least visible, if not a little too close, so you grit your teeth and bear it. The lights fade out, but chatter doesn't. Yeah, I really hate people in movies. I always go to movie theaters, and what I love in getting like IMAX, even though I paid more than double sometimes, for a movie, is there's not much people around. Because I hate people like talking while I'm in the cinema. The rest of the audience seems content to talk through commercials and even through the trailers. You figure the chat will stop when the movie actually begins, but doesn't get even slightly quieter as the opening scene starts to play out. You say out loud, not thinking anyone would hear you anyway. This is why you avoid movie theaters like the plague. Oh my god, the cat is here all of a sudden. What the fuck? Suddenly the screen changes, showing the face of a black cat. A familiar black cat. Confused murmurs fill the room, but then the cat on the screen meows. What's with that? Yeah. The sound is strange and not at all like any cat should sound. Haunting, almost melodic, and layered as if made of multiple voices of different creatures. Creatures that would probably never say. You sit in confusion, wondering why you haven't already gotten up and left to complain to the cinema staff, but then you hear it. It's scattered and dissonant at first, but among the crowd, people start to chant along with the cat on the screen. Oh my god. Soon the entire room is chanting in perfect unison, everyone's staring intently at the cat on the screen. If you're in the situation, would you run away? Would you run away or would you just stay? I think I should run away, but the other thing that you should think about is they will most definitely notice you and they might go for you, right? Depends on my seat. If I'm near the exit, probably I will. If not, I'll just follow along probably. But the compulsion to stare blankly like the others isn't that strong for now. Also, you start to notice out of the corner of your eye that some of the people in your immediate vicinity are looking at you. Oh my god, they look at me. No. Okay, in that case, I will run away. They're outright staring holes into you, even as they continue chanting. They don't miss a beat as they slowly begin to frown at you in the blatant disapproval. Their scowls deepen as the time goes on, as if they're getting impatient. Um, they're looking at me already, so I'm not sure blending with the crowd helps. So I'm gonna leave. It's too weird. I need to get out of here. Gathering your courage, or perhaps putting your fear to use, you stand up, fully intending to leave the theater, when everything comes to an abrupt stop. All of the chanting stop, even the cats chanting on the screen. You tense and risk a glance around the theater. They're all staring at you. I mean, yeah, they're already staring at me. Every single one of them. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. You swallow, throat suddenly dry, even though a nervous sweat completely soaks through your clothes. You highly doubt that sitting back down will fix the situation. Your legs are shaking under the audience's naturally intense scrutiny, but you force yourself to step forward and forward and forward until you finally reach the end of the aisle. You feel their collective gaze even worse on the staircase. All of their heads have turned uncomfortably to the left to look directly at you. The screen illuminates their faces, making clear their blank scowls. They seem even more upset than they had been minutes ago. Identical frown lines digging between their brows. You keep going, the heavy atmosphere becoming more and more oppressive with every step. You're so tense with anticipation that you fully expect someone to grab you from behind. But no one does. You don't hear any of them even get up. You exit the theater holding your breath as the door closed behind you. You briskly walk through the halls, putting as much distance as possible between you and the theater full of people. Finally reaching the lobby, you just barely manage to catch yourself from falling to the floor as you gulp in a huge gasp of air. You expect to feel relief as your breathing calms, but you feel a lingering sense of dread that only spikes once you finally notice it, as well as its source. You look up and your stomach sinks. Everybody looking at me still, or what? Oh my god, what's with those eyes? Oh my god, all the people in the lobby area of the movie theater, everyone in line at the concession stand, all of them are staring at you, and they look even angrier than the people in the theater. You don't hesitate this time. You duck your head, avoiding eye contact, and leave the cinema. Oh my god, there's a lot of eyes still. You ignore the glares of everyone in the ticket booth and the lines leading to them. You make your way home. There's still eyes? What the fuck? Whenever you dare to look up at someone on the way, you flinch in the blatant anger, fury, and disgust in their face. You think you start to hear the faint sound of a cat's meowing behind you, or maybe a kitten's? Doesn't matter, you just want to go home. You reach your front door and fumble with the keys, cowering from the look of pure hatred in your neighbor's face as he stares at you from his door. Finally, you get inside your apartment, lock all the locks on the doors, and slide down with your back against it till you're sitting on the floor. You allow yourself a moment to breathe. Now home, your heartbeat calms and your fear slowly bleeds from you, leaving you feeling strangely empty. Finally, I'm at home. You pass the kitchen, head to your room, and slip under the covers of your bed trying to fall asleep. Maybe it's all just a bad dream. As you fall into a fitful sleep, sure to be full of nightmares of glaring eyes, you try to ignore the ever-increasing sounds of cats meowing and yelling in the distance outside of your apartment. Oh my god, that's so scary if that's gonna happen to me in real life. Ending 17, Black Sheep. Whew. This game is something. Do not take this cat home by Pixel Liminal. I want to play more. But for this video, I'm just gonna end it here. Of course, if you want to see more, maybe let me know in the comments below. Give me a like. Give me like 10 likes probably. I just started YouTube, so like, or rather, I'm still I'm still like not really popular. So 10 likes probably. 10 likes, yeah. Good. And I'll upload a part 2. Try to get the other endings. But that's it for this game. If you like it, I'll put a link in the description so that you can try it out yourself. And of course, if you like the video, give it a like. If not, give it a dislike. Let me know in the comments on why. If you have any indie game recommendations, or if you just want to say hi. And that's it. Also, subscribe if you want to watch more content from me, because I'll be uploading daily almost. And that's it. That's Ginchan. This is me, Ginchan. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. Bye bye.